In today's digital learning update, we will be taking a look at how instructional videos with step-by-step guide can be very useful in our classrooms. And how do we create a more detailed survey using Microsoft Forms? All this and more coming up in day 47 of our digital learning update. Welcome to day 47 of our Siraat's digital learning update. So today marks the last day of remote learning, and we welcome our students back on site next week. I'm very sure that both teachers and students are happy to be able to see each other and to continue on the good work that's been done in term 3. In the last update, I shared with you on the advantages of creating a pre-recorded lesson as part of the hybrid or flipped learning model. We looked at the advantages in terms of time and differentiated instructions for our students. As mentioned, digital content can be a narration over your teaching slides, an instructional video, or even a green screen video. Today, we have Mr. Izal and Mr. Bayram creating an instructional video for a design and technology project.
Assalamualaikum students. Today we will be learning how to transform this piece of plastic into this, and this is your final product.
Now, based on the chosen size of the circles, there are some markings. What you do now is to place those circles on top of your plastic and make sure that the lines on the circle, the straight lines on the circle, is aligned on top of the diagonal lines that you have drawn, and trace the circle onto your plastic. Now it is time to chop off the excess plastic.
Thanks for the video, Mr. Izal and Mr. Bayram. Similar to the video that we watched yesterday, The students will be watching this video prior to the lesson. They will then refer to the video in class should they face any problem following the steps. Again, this will allow the teachers time to provide feedback during class time, which is a win-win situation for both teachers and students. Let's now move on to our next segment. Yesterday, Ms Rahat shared with us on how we can use the poll feature in Microsoft Outlook. It is very useful for quick snap survey with only one question. However, if you would like to ask more than one question as part of this survey, then the poll feature will not be able to do this. In this case, we need to create a survey using Microsoft Form. We now have Ms Rahat making another appearance in our digital learning update, this time taking us through how we can create a survey and thereafter access the information and results of this survey. Let's have a look at how we can do this.
Assalamu alaikum again, everyone. In this recording, I'd like to show you through the Microsoft Forms feature so that if you wanted to create some surveys to give to your students, then you can easily use this. Okay, I've just opened up a new browser and I'm just going to go to the school website. And my details are already saved in Office 365, so I'm just going to go straight there. You can see all the different options you have available. We're going to go straight down to the forms option. I've got a number of forms that I've created in the past. I'm just going to click here for a new form. So this is how we're going to create a brand new survey. So first of all, let's give it a title. Sample survey. Give it a bit of a description. When you want to add a question, press add new, and you'll get a few options of what type. These are the most popular ones, but if you're looking at some extra options, there are some more question types. Like the ranking, the Leichhardt, you can upload the files and Net Promoter Score. I have never ever used the Net Promoter Score, so I have no idea how to use that. Maybe one of you can create a video and show us. I'll go with the choice first. So again, it's pretty straightforward. You write in your question. Here you don't actually have any limits to well, actually you do have a limit. You can't put in 50 options, but you don't have the same type of word limit that you find in the poll feature that is within your email. So go ahead and type some options in that you are giving your in your survey. You can keep adding options from here. If this is a question that you really require people to answer, you want them to answer it, obviously click here, it's required. If you want them to be able to choose more than one answer, make sure you tick this box for allowing multiple answers. When you're happy with that, you can click on your next question. Let's go with a text one this time. So here you could say, describe your favorite cake, and obviously the answer will go in here. If it's required, again, press this as required. If you don't really need them to answer it, if it's an optional question, you can click that off. If you want to give them a little bit more space to write their answer, you can click this for their long answer, and you keep going. Let's add in another question with a rating this time. I don't often use this, but let's put in a question here. And obviously you can select how many ratings you want to go up to. Here you've got 5 stars, but you could put more. Let's go 7. And you could change it to a number if you needed to, but let's just stick with the stars. I like the stars. Let's add in one more. I don't know if I've used the date one. Let's try it out. Yes, when do you expect to finish your planners? And you can put in the date there. Again, it's a required. So this is question 4. If you actually wanted to put it above question 3, very simple. You've got these arrows here, up and down. You can just move it up and you'll see that now this question has become 3 and number 4 has, the other question has gone down to number 4. Here it gives you the option to delete the question and to also copy this question if you just wanted to modify. So for example, if I want to modify this question over here, I'll just click on there. I'll copy that. You'll mix another one. And here I might say, describe your favorite show. So I've only had to change something very slightly and it keeps going. So again, I want to add more questions. Again, select add new. And let's try one of the ranking ones this time, just to show you how it works. And here you can write down your year levels. And once you're happy with that, and you want it to be a required one as well, just leave that as is. You can create a particular theme as well. So you can choose a different color, for example, or you can customize the theme as well. So for example, you may want to upload an image. So you could look up image of, I don't know, colors, just search it up and I might like this color. So I might just put that in, add it in, and it will customize the theme for me. So that's for you creative lot out there who want to do something different. And now if I look at the preview, I've got this background, different backgrounds. So you can play around with it as you like, depending on how much time you have. The next thing I wanted to show you was in the settings. So if you come over here in the settings, you've got a number of options. So in here, I have elected to have this only available to people with an Siraat email. But if you wanted to open it to anyone, you could actually do this and anyone can respond. Then you can do that. If you want to make it anonymous and let them know that it is, you can unclick the record name and it will just give you their responses and not their name. And if you want to make sure that they don't go in multiple times to record their views, then make sure you click this one response per person. Obviously, make sure you accept the responses. And if you want to put in a start date, you can put that in. I might put in a start date of today at, leave it at 5 o'clock. And you can also put in an end date. So I might want to end it today by, say 7 o'clock. So I'll put that in there. You can customize your thank you message for taking the time to complete this survey. I normally don't click on the email notification for each response because if you do, you'll go crazy looking at all the number of responses you get. And so that's your settings. When you're ready to share, if you've actually created it and you want someone else in your team to check over it, then you can actually share this, share to collaborate. So click on that. And it'll give you a link. So make sure you copy that link and email it to a colleague if you want them to actually modify this survey or look over it. If not, please don't use this to give it to the actual respondents because then they will be able to get all private data that you might not want the respondents to see. So make sure you only use this over here for send and collect responses. So you copy that. Once you've done that, you go over to your email. Once we've copied that file, the link, we just create a new email and just write your message. Make sure you copied and pasted and put in your subject. And I'm just going to again just email it to myself. You send that. Okay, so I've just come back into the Microsoft Forms area again, and you can see there's my survey. So I'm just going to click on that, go back into it again. Now, if I come over to the responses, obviously I don't have any here at the moment, so, but they will appear here. I'm just going to go back into the forms and show you one that I created before. It was a student survey. Here you can see that there's responses. There's 516 responses in here. So, you know, if I was to go into that and have a look, it actually gives me the responses per question. I love the feature that it has for putting the graphs next to it. Makes it really, really easy. And what I tend to do when I want to share that graph is I usually, I think I press Shift, Command, and number 4. And it usually you can see this little, my cursor's changed. And that way I can actually select the whole area or part of the area that I want to share. And it's just taken a screenshot. And then I usually paste that into an email just to share different aspects of the responses that the students have given or whoever has given it. Another way of looking at the results is simply by clicking here, and it will open it up in Excel. So once you click that, you will get a whole series of information that then you can sort through and look at the data there. Thank you for listening. I hope this was of use to you. If you've got any questions, please come and see me. I'm more than happy to help anyone with their creation of surveys. Thank you for listening. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Ms Rahat. Surveys are really important to provide us with feedback on our programs and events. I hope that you find the 2 videos that Ms Rahat has created very useful. So, we have now come to the end of week 1 in term 4. Our students return on site next week. That effectively marks the end of Remote Learning 2.0 at Al Siraat College. As mentioned in yesterday's update, the end of remote learning does not mean that it's the end of our digital learning journey. In fact, we are only at the beginning of our digital learning journey. In regards to our digital learning update, we will now be moving on to a weekly digital learning update rather than a daily one. This is so as our digital learning team members have teaching responsibilities now that we are back to face-to-face teaching. So, we look forward to keeping everyone updated with digital learning news and practices at Al Siraat College on a weekly basis. Till then, I will see you again next week. Have a wonderful term 4 and remember to continue to reach every child in every class every day. Thank you for watching. Assalamu alaikum.